former Republican governor of Arkansas and Fox News contributor, and David Tafuri, former State Department and Obama campaign official. Thank you, gentlemen. Great to have both of you with us today. Mike Huckabee, you know, what in your mind, I know you are a big advocate for Israel. What do you think is dangerous about John Kerry's potential actions here based on what you heard on the tape?
Well, it could undermine our relationship with Israel, for one thing, and it could endanger Israel with the Iranians if they're not already endangered enough. I want to be very clear, Martha. We're going to give John Kerry presumption of innocence. He deserves that. He deserves due process. I don't want to treat him like Donald Trump was treated, where he was presumed to having been guilty of colluding with the Russians, even when it was proven that he didn't. But I'm really disgusted with the press for simply just letting this go and not caring. And John Kerry can fix this real easily. I don't know why Eric Swalwell and Adam Schiff aren't wanting to immediately have confidential classified hearings. Bring John Kerry in, let him go under oath, and he can end this. If it's as Tony Blinken says it is, and there's nothing there, then he goes in under oath, he says nothing is there, he gives the background, and it's over. But until that happens, I think there's serious questions, and he ought to answer them. And Eric Swalwell and Adam Schiff ought to be asking those questions.
Yeah, you know, it's a great point, David. There is so much, you know, sort of one, you know, on one hand and the other, right? And you look back at the years of the investigation into Russian collusion and the assumption on the part early on by most of the media that it was over. There wasn't any due process. They didn't wait till the end of any investigation. They were horrified by the behavior. And now this suggestion that perhaps John Kerry was, you know, speaking out of school when he's no longer the Secretary of State and there's another administration in charge gets complete, you know, hands-off treatment. Not even mentioned. Not even a suggestion that, well, yeah, if that happened, that would be something we would need to know about.
Well, I appreciate Governor Huckabee's comments, and he said there should be a presumption of innocence, and he's right. The allegations against Secretary Kerry are very serious, but there just aren't sufficient facts right now for anyone to claim that they're accurate. And people should be careful. As Governor Huckabee said, there should be an investigation. It's proper for people to look into this further, but right now there just aren't the facts. What we know is that on September 4th, 2018, I'm looking at a Yahoo News report. Yahoo News reported that Israel had done 200 airstrikes against Iranian positions in Syria. So it was public even back then. So no one who's accusing Secretary Kerry of doing something wrong has been able to say that these comments, if they even did happen, happened before September when this was public.
I looked at that timeline.
I just want to make sure we realize, everyone realizes, we're relying on the foreign minister of Iran. And we're taking what he said as truthful, and we all know that he often says things that are not truthful.
Yeah, and we know that he's in a difficult position with the hardliners in Iran and is speaking, you know, in a way that probably benefits himself. I looked at the timing on that, too. You'd have to go pretty far back for this conversation between Zarif and Kerry to have been something that wasn't widely known. But, Mike Huckabee, I'll let you have the last word here. You know, it's just so striking. You can't help ignore how different and how many conclusions were jumped to with the Trump administration in power at that time. It's extraordinary.
And that's exactly why there needs to be a classified hearing, bring Kerry in and let him talk.
Right.
It's not what we know he said or what we know that he heard. It's what else did he say? What else did he communicate to the Iranians? And until we know that, the cloud exists. It can be erased if there's nothing there. But I just know what Donald Trump went through for 4 solid years. And I just want to have some semblance of equity in how these things are treated.
Yeah, he should want to completely clear his name and to explain more in a more full way what his relationship with Zarif was and what kind of communications they had during the administration. Gentlemen, great to see you both. David, thank you. Mike, thank you very much.